Savitri, page 534. Once, as she sat in deep felicitous muse, still querying from her lover's strong embrace, and made her joy a bridge twixt earth and heaven, an abyss yawned suddenly beneath her heart. A vast and nameless fear dragged at her nerves, as drags a wild beast its half-slaughtered prey. It seemed to have no den from which it sprang. It was not hers, but hid its unseen cause. Then rushing came its vast and fearful fount, a formless dread with shapeless, endless wings, filling the universe with its dangerous breath, a denser darkness than the night could bear, enveloped the heavens and possessed the earth, a rolling surge of silent death. It came curving round the far edge of the quaking globe, effacing heaven with its enormous stride. It willed to expunge the choked and anguished air, and end the fable of the joy of life. It seemed her very being to forbid, abolishing all by which her nature lived, and labored to blot out her body and soul, a clutch of some half-seen invisible, a notion of terror and of sovereign might, a person and a black infinity. It seemed to cry to her without thought or word the message of its dark eternity and the awful meaning of its silences. Out of some sullen, monstrous, vast horizon, out of an abysmal deep of grief and fear, imagined by some blind, regardless self, a consciousness of being without its joy, empty of thought, incapable of bliss. They felt life blank and nowhere found a soul, a voice to the dumb anguish of the heart, conveyed a stark sense of unspoken words. In her own depths she heard the unuttered thought that made unreal the world and all life meant.